Monica, and see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully you'll wait another.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you today? So we start another briefing here, and I have 3 notes for you, and we are going to be done because we have another briefing after this. So the President of the General Assembly, Mr. Dennis Francis, spoke this morning at the event Mental Health of Children and Young People. How can we do better? The PJ highlighted that globally, 1 in 7 people aged 10 and 19 years are estimated to experience a mental health disorder at some point in their lives. Half of all mental health conditions begin before the age of 14, with 75% emerging by age 25, and yet in many cases remain undetected and untreated. More than 80% of all people with mental health disorders live in low and middle-income countries. President Francis said that member states need to invest further in strengthening national health systems, multisectoral promotion and prevention, and community-based mental health programs and services. Moreover, they should leverage digital technologies to strengthen the capacities of the mental health and psychosocial support workforce, with particular reference to the education sector. So the PJ spoke also about the mental health crisis being exceptionally acute for children in conflicts and humanitarian emergencies, including Gaza, Ukraine, Sudan, and Haiti. The event was chaired by the permanent representative of Romania, His Excellency Cornel Ferruța, and organized by other permanent missions with the support of UNICEF, the UN Youth Office, and the World Health Organization. And more on the PJ's speech, you can access the website, un.org/PJ/78. President Dennis Francis wrote to member states inviting them to join his campaign, Choose Sustainability. The campaign is promoting the first ever Sustainability Week at the General Assembly from 15 to 19th April, and is focusing on critical global challenges with respect to debt sustainability, tourism, transport, infrastructure, and energy, which are all key to achieving, as we know, the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. So the PJ is encouraging member states, permanent missions staff, and the general public to pledge to adopt sustainable practices. Our social media channels are already displaying pledge cards for the Choose Sustainability campaign, or I Choose Sustainability. Everyone can participate in the campaign via the Act Now mobile application that you are going to receive later. The link for that, the United Nations campaign to inspire people to act for the Sustainable Development Goals. And on 9th April at 11 a.m., so next Tuesday here in this very press briefing room, PJ Dennis Francis will speak to you in a press conference about Sustainability Week. So all of you are invited to be here at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, 9 April. He will deliver short opening remarks and dedicate the rest of the time to your questions. So last note for you, President Dennis Francis will convene a plenary meeting of the General Assembly under Agenda Item 63, use of the veto, following the vetoes cast by 2 permanent members on 22nd of March under the agenda item entitled The Situation in the Middle East, including the Palestinian question. The GA meeting will take place on 8th of April at 10 a.m. for your diaries. It will be, of course, a webcast by UN TV in the GA hall. But on the 11th April, there will be another meeting. Member states will return to the GA hall at 10 a.m. for another separate plenary meeting on the same agenda item entitled Use of the Veto, following the veto cast by 1 permanent member on the 28th of March under the agenda item entitled Non-proliferation, Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The PJ announced this meeting in a letter that was sent to member states on the 2nd of April. And this is everything we have for today. Tomorrow we will not be here in person, but you will receive our updates via your mailbox. You are returning here on Friday. So do you have anything else? Yes, how are you, Edie? And
Fine,
afterwards
thank
I
you,
have-
Monica.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you tell us which permanent member is going to be defending its veto on the 8th and which on the 11th?
We are not talking about permanent member states, but they are, this is public, it was on the UN
I mean,
TV.
one's Russia and one's the United States, but which?
No, one is Russia, China.
Oh, the Russia, China.
Yes.
Oh, right.
So you, that's as a rule of thumb, we don't say the name of the member states, but yeah, there are 2 vetoes in one episode and another veto in the other episode. So the 2 meetings will follow on the 8th of April for the 2 member states that vetoed, and on the 11th for 1 member state that vetoed. Okay. Anything else here? Okay, go ahead. How are you today?
Monica, if the Palestinian request arrives to the General Assembly, can you explain the procedure of how will it go?
Okay, what I can say, and thank you for your question, is that the OPJ's office received a letter from member states in regard of this particular matter. The PJ, of course, when a letter like this is received, there is a process of consultations from the PJ's office. But as we all know, Javier, any admission to the United Nations is a decision made by member states. So I can confirm the PJ received the letter yesterday from 3 groups representing member states. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
I'd just like to put on the record, as a matter of policy, it seems ridiculous that if you're having member states defend vetoes in the General Assembly, that you have a policy of not naming the member states.
Yeah, no, I
Thank
understand.
you.
I understand, Edie, I understand, and your observation is taken. I understand that completely. But these are how the OPJ's letters are drafted. The member states are not mentioned. Although in the journal we have all the information if you want to go there, okay? And how they voted as well, which is important. Anyway, anything else? If not, so enjoy your briefing. There is a briefing coming up, and I will see you on Friday. Thank you. Thank you very much.